welcome everybody to our miniature showdown, the night we've been waiting for as we talk about live agents versus bots. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for taking the time to learn about this critical subject on behalf of our customers, on behalf of our companies. Our ability to get this right is very, very, very important. Myself, I am Nate Brown. I am the Chief Experience Officer at Officium Labs, and we work hard to create incredible customer experiences in a variety of ways through connecting great talent with great companies, in addition to some consulting and other capabilities that we have. So be sure to check us out at officiumlabs.io. And let's jump in here. So we've got some special fighters in the ring. They're entering the ring now. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Customer Engagement Showdown. In the corner of your screen here, you'll have available 24/7, responsive, friendly, and not only with your wallet, we have the chat Matador represented by Dristi. Welcome to Dristi.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for introducing me, Nate.
Hello, you got your fighting stance. Are you ready to go tonight?
Yes.
Very good. You look fresh. All right. And on the other screen, loved and accepted universally, interactive, and with the answer to every question, we have the live agent represented by Aish. Hello, Aish.
Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good. We're good. You made it. You made it to the ring. You all look a little too passive right now. Hopefully the gloves will come off in a moment. So who will reign successful here? You have your chat versus your live agent. Which one is the ultimate tool? Let's find out. So I'm going to give you, for this round, I'm going to give you a scenario, a situation in which we have Susie. And Susie is looking to buy a laptop for her family. So she's landed on your website. Who do you believe Susie would like to buy from? Who do you think she'd have the best experience from? Champions, are you ready? Let's begin.
Yes. So when Susie lands on the website, say a chatbot widget can be added so that it can pop up and it can facilitate purchase. There are multiple options or menus and workflows that she can go through, and bam.
Good point.
Okay. So that really only works if Susie knows exactly what she wants. But what if she doesn't? Then the communication becomes very robotic and extremely transactional. She might even receive a bunch of options that may not even line with her interests. How frustrating for Susie. But you can get a live agent in there, and they can act as a virtual sales representative, asking relevant questions based on responses. And if she does know what she wants, there's still no bond being created. Where's the magic? Where's the spark? A live agent can really build something meaningful and strengthen the relationship between Susie and your brand.
Wow. Very, very good point. I believe I'm going to award a point to Aish in this round for that personalized interaction. I do recall myself at one point interacting with a bot on my mobile device inside of my home and literally screaming out of frustration due to the loop that I was caught in the robotic nature of that interaction. So I have been there. I have felt that frustration. So let's go back to Dristi. How do you respond?
Well, first of all, bold of you to assume that there would be only one customer on an online website. Like if the business is global, then in reality, there are probably over thousands of customers coming from all over the world.
True.
You can onboard a lot many agents, but can they really take care of every customer?
Probably not. I believe that scalability is something that we need to evaluate here, Aish. I mean, how are you going to be able to bring all those customer interactions into your live chat engine? I don't really know how that's going to work. Awarding a point to Dristi here. What else do we have to say about this?
Firstly, not everyone can build a chatbot.
Well, if you have the right platform, you can. Like if an 8th grader can build a chatbot, so can you.
8th graders are pretty smart.
And also, customers don't want to talk to an automated answering machine. Come on, gang. Have we lost the empathy?
Yeah, like an agent can remember every single interaction that they have done with their customers.
You know, it's really satisfying when I air out all of my grievances and all I get in response is a, sorry, did not understand.
You know what's really satisfying? It's to
Hey, well,
wait for
let's go ahead and
hours.
calm down there for just so I don't want to lose track of Susie and her laptop experience here. So let's rein it back in a little bit and talk about Susie.
Okay. It wouldn't take hours, it could just take several minutes if agents had access to a platform that could route them appropriately. Susie needs more information on the features of the laptop model she's had her eyes on. Route her to an agent that specializes in laptops. She needs help with processing her payment. Route her to the accounts team. Simple as that, direct, straightforward. And she can get her questions answered in less than 10 minutes.
What if I can tell you that you can create a basic bot in 10 minutes? You can define categories, create options, and use templates to create a whole chatbot. And also, how many agents can a business afford, honestly? It's really not easy on the pockets, but with chatbots, you can channelize your budget with better things.
Going back to my earlier example of Susie needing more information about laptops, chatbots, in my opinion, are programmed to answer questions in a very specific way. Say Susie wanted to know information on storage or if the RAM can process heavy duty applications like, I don't know, Android Studio or gaming apps. The agent can address them all in a very personalized manner, whereas a chatbot answers it using a predetermined script.
No, no, no. Let me correct you, my friend. That was a case some 50 years ago. Today, with NLP powering the bot, you can train and the bot can learn. And also, complex questions are like once in a while, but there are questions coming all the time. Chatbot can respond to them 24/7, even during your lunch hours, your holidays, and also when you're fast asleep.
That's such a great point, Drishti. I think that our debate is undermining some really great points here. I'm gonna turn my suit off to bring a little bit of peace to the ring. Oh, there we go. That's better. Looked like I was in a very scary place there for a moment. So I would just like to interject here and just think about this division that we're talking about here. I don't think it's helping our customer at all. And I think trying to force Susie, who is metaphorically our royal sense of customer, we don't want to force them down a path. What we ultimately want to do is position ourselves in such a way to where we can guide the customer to the very strongest resolution path that's going to accomplish their objective. We have to know more about what their objective looks like. We have to know more about where they're going to meet an interaction point where customer service becomes part of the scenario there. We want to guide them down the path. And in order to do that, we need great information. We need insights. And if we think about the customer and what they really want today, and I was just looking at some great articles earlier this week, what matters most in terms of customer interactions of this type? What is the most important thing when it comes to customer satisfaction as an example? And it is time. It is speed to resolution, and that resolution needs to be good and accurate. So that time variable is so critical. But then like the second thing is personalization. The customer doesn't want to feel like they're just another number to you. They want to feel like you are developing a relationship with them. And the higher the complexity, the more the possibility for that relationship exists in your brand scenario, the more that they want to feel that way. So there's a lot of complex things that are entering into the psychology here of what the customer wants from you. So how can we bring these things together? There's a lot of great things about both. I mean, if we look at a good live chat experience, and I've had a couple recently, also had a couple really bad ones that were extremely frustrating. Just having a live agent doesn't necessarily mean a great experience. You've still got to have those live agents trained up, representing your brand voice, and free to do some really good, creative, and powerful things. If your live agent is acting like a bot, then you've eliminated your advantage of using the live agent. So when you do a live agent really well and you have the capability to do that and bring that freedom to that agent, then you can do things like next issue avoidance. You can go beyond the laptop that Susie's trying to buy. And you can think, wow, what is Susie going to run into next? She's about to have to do that Windows update where everybody gets an error. I'm going to go ahead and guide Susie around that friction point so that she doesn't have to experience that. A live agent will have that capability and that power to personalize and to reach beyond the surface level experience to develop the relationship. But then, I mean, a great conversational AI, a great NLP powered bot, it's incredible what they can do now. I was somebody very skeptical of this technology originally, but when it comes to like a situation where I'm entering in and I'm like, I know the question I'm going to ask, I'm looking for information, and I can guide myself to some degree towards this information, that you can't beat a really good bot for that. And it's going to queue it up faster. Going back to the number one thing that matters here, speed to a good, accurate resolution. So depending on the type of issue that we're having, where Susie is coming into this customer service journey, guiding her towards that chatbot or guiding her towards a live agent, it's going to look very different depending on the complexity of the situation, what Susie's current education is around her own problem. So we have to have the flexibility here for Susie to form her own journey. And for your customer, that needs to be the case. The more that we're forcing them down one of these two paths, the more that they're going to feel forced and trapped. And we all know that when you feel trapped in an experience and you don't have control over it, that's where frustration comes in. That's where the customer feels out of control. So we want to equip them with control. We want to equip this experience with some flexibility. So what do you all think about this idea of more of this hybrid model?
Nate, that's great, and that sounds perfect for a customer like Susie coming in.
And you're absolutely right. And just to inform viewers, if you have any questions for Nate, leave them in the Q&A box and he'll answer them live.
Yeah, I would love to hear what people are thinking on this topic for sure. How do you think that OTT channels secure for omni-channel communications? So yeah, no, the security aspect is very critical here. I mean, there needs to be some really good expectations set about how that data is being secured. Sometimes the live agent will have the advantage here. If you're dealing in sensitive information, if you're dealing in HIPAA, that can absolutely guide this experience down a certain path, because we have to value that security, that privacy, that data over and above even the accuracy, or maybe not the accuracy, but the speed to time. We want to make sure that we're respecting our customers in this way for sure. So great question on that. Dristi has a comment there as well.
Yeah, I was just saying that chatbots and live chat are like the perfect solution, just like Jeremy Hyde and Gordon both said that it's effective. It's speed plus personalization together. That's a great point. Yeah.
I completely agree.
Awesome. Somebody had a question about CX Accelerator. Thank you, Jacob. You can go to cxaccelerator.com and would love for you to join us there. That's just a great organic community equipping CX professionals that are wrestling with questions like this and questions of all types. Would love for you to join us there. Thank you for that question. How to create a customer-centric work culture? So we have this idea of having a live agent team and supplementing our abilities in the area of live agent. That live agent will not be a competitive advantage for you unless that's wrapped into this great customer-centric culture that exists there. This is a very complex question. I could definitely talk about this for a couple of hours. But what I will extend to you is this idea that customer centricity is not something that can just be talked about. Go back to your Jeff Toyster lore. Creating a service culture is a great handbook for this. And it literally is a handbook. And it guides you through thinking through what are the behaviors, what are the mentalities behind a customer-centric culture, not just us saying we care about customers, but here's how we treat them. Here's how we think about them at every level of the organization. And those behaviors flow through your everyday work. And suddenly you value that customer and that interaction to the point where you can make magic for them instead of just rushing them off the chat, which is what I feel like often is the agent is incentivized on their ability to just end the chat quickly and make me go away versus them actually giving a great experience to me. So great question on that. We've got another question from Keith Kimmett here. How important is it to train both the bot and live agents to engage with customers using the hybrid model? What a great question, Keith. Thank you. And you're an expert on this topic for sure. I wish I could just have you speak right now. But what I will say is make sure your agents are involved in the education, in the machine learning cycle of that bot. So often we have a data science project that exists over here, a digital transformation aspect. And we cut off the very SMEs, the very knowledge holders who know better than anybody what that bot interaction should start to look like and what it can morph into. What are the words? What are those specific customer vernacular points that we can incorporate into this bot and make that something that's going to really jump off the page and be an exceptional thing? So Keith, I would definitely encourage you, bring your frontline staff in to the education of this bot. Get them excited about it. Make them a part of that learning cycle there, so that they're getting to educate one another. Peer-to-peer learning is so amazing. What's working? I mean, let's not just do QA top down. Let's do QA like this. And then as we learn, as we get smarter, let's together apply that knowledge to our bot. Great question, Keith. Thank you for that. Do we want to keep going with a couple more questions? Are we good?
Yeah, for the other questions, I think we will circle back and get back to you. We are all here, and Nate is also here, so we will definitely answer the questions. So for now, I guess you can keep the questions coming in. Somebody will answer you via the chat or via answering live this way. So just coming back to how both models can work together, I think Aish, both chatbot and live chat, we are like a piece in a pod.
Mhm.
We're just two sides of the same coin.
Right?
It's a good
And
coin.
yeah, and we all have seen these differences, like we can say in the Q&A section as well, that we have seen that there are many differences that have come in the past as well. Yeah. So then that's what Engati did. What we did is we launched the unified module, which had both bot and live chat coming together and solving this problem, creating this hybrid model. That's what Nate was talking about. So without much ado, what we will do is we'll just begin with a short demo of how Engati can help your customers like Susie go through that part and complete that purchase.
And you know what's better than getting the best of both worlds? Getting a ticket to experience both right now. We currently have an offer going on till the 28th of February, where you can onboard unlimited live agents for a month.
That's
So,
right.
Drishti, let's say we give them a demo.
Yes.
So while Drishti's setting up, let me give you a quick introduction of Engati. Engati is the world's leading multilingual low-code digital CX platform, available across 14 channels with 45,000 solutions, created across 186 countries in every domain and use case. Some of our best customers include IKEA, PwC, Herman Miller, L&T, Virtue Motors, and many others.
Right. So all I would recommend everybody is that, like I said, a bot can be created, a basic bot can be created in a few minutes. So all you can do is go to engati.com. We'll drop a link in the chat section below. Go to engati.com and just click on login. And from there, if you sign up, you will be able to see this brand new updated portal from Engati, all rolled out for all our customers like you. So let's get started.
Yes.
So here, as you can see, this is the home, or this is the screen which will be coming in when you log into the Engati platform. Here, as you can see, we provide an option of creating the bot, setting up live chat, exploring the bot store, knowledge center, everywhere together so that you don't get confused and you can have that customer journey created all in one place. So I will just start with the create a bot option right here. So as you can see that there is a bot wizard or a setup wizard which is come in, which is a holding hand walkthrough of completing the setup or the basic configuration needed for a bot. So here I'll just name the bot as shopping assistant, taking the same example of having an e-commerce and support chatbot. And here I'll take the category as e-commerce or shopping, and these are the details required, and I'll just confirm. Next is picking a template. So what we have is a bot store where there are 150 plus templates for you to choose from. It's spanning over industries and almost every function that you can find in your business. So say e-commerce, HR, education, healthcare, insurance, and whatnot. So I would like to show it how to build it from scratch. So I'll just skip selecting a template and click on next.
So that's what you mean when you said that an ending eighth grader can build a chatbot.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I see.
So here is the channel setup. Here you can set up your website chatbot according to your brands and theme. We also have some specific predetermined themes that you can use in your bot, as you can see right here. If you like them, you can just confirm. For now, I'll go with the basic theme that we have. You can also add menus here, and the rest of the channels can be configured once the complete bot setup is done.
As I've mentioned, we have over 14 channels where you can deploy your solution. This includes Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, and many others.
That's right.
So, oh, sorry.
I'll just click on next. Yeah.
All right, so the next menu you have is the live chat setup menu. Here's where you can set up responses for the pre-agent interactions. So say if all your agents are busy, or if you want to transfer to an agent, you can set up those messages right here. You can also set up the maximum wait time, your working hours, and your SLAs. And you can also add categories. So in the example, well, in the prompt of Susie, I mentioned where you can add a category for sales and accounts, but you can add as many categories as you wish. Agents can get assigned multiple categories, and then you can invite your team members. Engati currently offers roles such as supervisor, executive, bot builder, and agent. In our case, Drishti is the bot builder, and I'll be the agent. And then you can go on the next menu, which will take you to path flows.
Yes. That's right. So here you can set up the first path or the path that the user will be seeing when they're interacting with the bot for the first time. So here you can set up the greeting message saying, hi, welcome. This would be something which is pre-filled. You can customize the message as you would like. And then you can ask for the user's name before you want to transfer it to the agent. And you can customize that message as well. Here with the categories that are set before, you can select any of the categories that you would want the queries to come in. So I'll just go ahead with sales for now. But if there are any other categories, you can create them in the live chat section and you can route the queries coming in. Here you can also add few FAQs that you can get started with. I'll explain the FAQ part of the smart response completely after the bot setup is done. So for now, I'll just click on next. Okay, I think it's my internet. Okay, not a problem. For now, I'll just...
While this is going on, let's answer a couple of questions. So we have a question coming in from Christopher Brooks. Tone is a big part of a branded experience. It's a challenge with live agents to convey. So how can you achieve this with chatbots? Great question, Christopher. Nate, would you like to take this over?
Yeah, Christopher, that's an awesome question. I think consistency here is essential, but canned language is something that we want to be very careful with as we've helped to implement bots inside of Officium. Using customer vernacular as much as we possibly can is essential. Not trying to use our language and our acronyms and things of that nature, but to form a brand voice. I think having a good, compelling brand voice is essential. So it might start there as a partnership with your marketing team, perhaps. Do we have this brand voice isolated? How does this apply to customer service? How can we incorporate the customer vernacular in terms of the way that they think about the issue that they're having, and then use that to form some really good flexible responses that will happen and not make it feel like you're going through a script or you're receiving some type of ultra canned response. Great question, Chris.
All right, and we have one more coming in from Jeremy Hyde. This is for you, Drishti. I've heard that you probably need at least 6 months of bot training to get it to a point where it's doing really great work for your customers. I'm interested to hear if there are any general rules for how long would it take to properly train a chatbot.
Right. So that's a really good question, Jeremy. So the thing is that it totally depends on what you're feeding the bot initially. If you are covering questions that you think that the users might be asking, then it should not take a very long time to just feed in. I will just show with platforms like Engati how it can be very, very easy to train the bot initially as well. And also, after there are queries which have come in from the end users, you can also see how the bot has responded back, and you can train these things in real time. So there is not a very strict timeline as to how much it can take, but the bot has to continuously learn because it interacts with new customers every day. So I can say that from our end, it might not take 6 months, but the bot journey is a long way to go, so it might also take forever.
Yeah, I would add to that. Great answer on that question. And Jeremy, I kind of have a little bit of insight here into the world that you're coming from. I would say for in your case, probably 4 to 6 months would be accurate because of the sensitive nature of the type of interactions that your customers are having. It's got to be very, very, very accurate in terms of arranging travel plans and different things. There's different thresholds here as you set up a bot. What type of accuracy component needs to be there? What type of customer satisfaction metric are we looking to achieve? Based on those thresholds, if those are a little bit lower in terms of this is not a super critical interaction, I mean, we've stood up bots very, very, very quickly where it's kind of the stakes are a little bit lower in those scenarios. As you go up in sensitivity, as you go up in complexity, and you've got to lock that bot into a very, very strong response, it's going to take longer and longer. So I would say on average, it's more like between 3 and 4 months for your typical type of customer service interactions. 6 months would be longer, but if you're dealing with high complexity, sensitive interactions, it will take that long, in my opinion. Great question.
Great.
Yeah.
So if there are any more such great questions, keep them coming in the Q&A section, and we'll get back. And bless my internet, I can go back to the demo again. Yay. Okay. So this is what my shopping assistant bot that has been created. Now, as you can see, this is the build section where you can first create the basic flows or the workflows that you need for the customer to interact with the bot. So here you can do it in the paths. So there are some predefined paths which are available where welcome new user is something that you have already defined, and the rest of the paths as well. You can go about and create more and more paths to understand what your end user wants, or add categories, or create the e-commerce shopping store all the way. But for now, what I'll do is in the first, I would just like to know something about what the user wants, and then uh, ask their name, and then maybe transfer it to the agent so that the agent has a context about what the user really wants. So I can start by just sending message with options that, hi, please choose from one of the options below. So, and here I can just set an attribute, or I can just go ahead with the options to be created. So right here, I can just give an options for electronics, apparels, and maybe gifts. Not sure. Okay, so these can be the options that we can give to the end user. And say after some flows that the user has been through, I can narrow down and ask whether they really want to buy or whether they really want to talk to an agent. So for now, I'll just shorten this to just one more send message with options, asking them how would you like to proceed. And here what I can do is I can ask the user if they want to talk to an agent or proceed with the purchase. Uh, that's right. Right, so I'll just connect this. This is a really short flow that I'm creating right now, but you can extend it to creating different menus and paths and then have them routed to an agent when they really want to talk to them. So here I'll just have this configured to talk to an agent, and that's set up. And here you can go ahead and create multiple paths for different categories that you want the users to choose from. So this is a very basic flow that I have created right here. Coming to smart responses or the bot training that Jeremy was talking about. So right here you have an option of adding FAQs to your bot. So say the questions is about I want to buy a laptop, and then you can have it answered by a message, or you can directly trigger a path which has been created right here. So if you know that you have a path which says browse computers or browse these categories, then you can directly trigger the user to go to that category and choose from. For now, I'll just add a message saying that hi, these are the multiple options available, and add just some FAQs or options right here, say HP and Dell. This is just a very rough example that I am taking in, but you can train your bot as and when required. You can add multiple categories. So say if there are some payment related issues or they really want to talk to customer support, so you can add different categories apart from default and have them routed that way. We also have the DocuSense technology that we have updated and added in the platform. So the DocuSense technology makes it very easier to train the bot like you would want. All you have to do is just upload the complete document, not necessary in the Q&A format. All you have to do is just upload, and the bot will parse through the document with the query that you have entered, and it will get back to you from that document a response. And you can also have the users go back to the section of the document from where it is highlighted. So that really helps when you have policies or predefined documents that you want the users to come back to. So that's with the building of the bot and training the bot. Just a small gist. If there are any questions around these, please let us know. Until then, we will go ahead and explain the configurations.
So the configuration menu is very similar to the bot creation menu, where you have the general settings, channel, and then you have more live chat related questions and something more advanced. So over here, you can set up the time zones for your agents, and you can also check the you can set up so for in our case, our agents are based in Mumbai, so we're going to be doing Asia Kolkata as our primary time zone.
That's right. Yep.
There we go. And then in the live chat settings, you can choose to request feedback on resolution. When you check this box, what it does is that it sends an automated message to your customers for them to send you feedback. Then,
what I'll do is I'll just add the website right here. Say, yep. And I'll just save these settings. These are the general settings for the overall platform, and this is saved, and Coming to channels.
All right, so channel setup is not a one-time gig. You can actually choose to deploy your solution on more channels. Drishti is just going to show you how to deploy on WhatsApp, for example.
Yeah, so here we have 14 plus channels, like Aish mentioned before, for you to choose from. You can just have a few clicks and you can deploy the bot anywhere on these channels as you would like. And for a demo, I'll show how it's easy to deploy even on the most popular channel, WhatsApp.
Definitely.
So here what we need is a provider who will give us a WhatsApp business API. I'll choose our provider right here. And these are the four fields that we need, and all that will be available with the WhatsApp provider portal. So here I have logged into the portal. I can go to channels. That's right. Here I will manage and go to configurations. So here in the configurations, you'll be able to see which numbers are allotted in or below your account. So from here, first thing that you will need to change is the incoming URL, which can identify which bot has been actually deployed. So I will just copy my inbound webhook URL. Here I'll just add my phone number to the portal. Please do not forget to add your country code and no other special characters would be required. Now coming down to the last three requirements, here I'll just click on send. Coming down to the last three requirements of API key SID. So this is my API key right here, which I have to copy. For the same API key, you can go ahead and click on edit. You can copy the SID from the portal, paste it. It's just all copy paste, honestly. That's how an eighth grader can build it. Just kidding.
Oh, definitely.
Right. And messages. So that's all. And this might look like it's just copy pasting, but how do you remember these things? Do not worry. With our Engati portal, we also have the extensive documentation or knowledge base created. You just have to follow the step by step instructions listed down there, and it's ready.
That was so easy. I did not realize. I retract my statement of it being complicated to build a chatbot. And we've also dropped the link for the documentations page for in the chat, so definitely check it out. So the next menu we have is the team setup. So I mentioned this in the bot creation wizard, but along with working weeks and hours, you can also set up your holiday calendar for your agents. So we're being really kind. We've decided to give our agents Valentine's Day off. Drishti, do you want to just do that?
Yes.
And in a case like this, of course, as Drishti said, the bot can take over and they can take care of questions. Now, what else do we have? So we have we can, over here, you can decide, you can assign, you can put the number on how many conversations you want to assign per agent, and you can also set up the SLA for first response and for resolution. So what SLA for first response is. So say you have an agent and they haven't gotten back to your customer in the specified time limit. If the agent hasn't responded yet, it will be noted as an SLA violation. So agents, be on your best behavior. The same goes for SLA for resolution. If they don't respond to your customer's query in the specified time limit, in our case, it's 7 days, the same thing happens. The platform marks it as a violation and it lowers your SLA score. Then the next tab we have over here, oh, sorry. I have a bit of lag in my system, so I think it's just, so the next tab we have is setting up quick responses. So there are times where there are certain sets of messages that you kind of send to your customers. So with Engati, instead of typing out these messages and lowering your agent's productivity, you can always set up a quick response. So instead of typing everything out, it can be done in just a simple click.
That's right.
Here are a couple we have so far.
Yeah. Just one thing that I would like in the setup is the same, that the categories that you had added previously, You can add multiple categories right here. So I'll just add something like sales support for Arabic or something like that, and just save it. And you can have it with your global business, having agents supporting, customers from all over the globe. So you can just go on adding categories that way.
Mm-hmm. So apart from adding categories in the bot creation wizard, as you can see, you can add it here as well. Then we have our routing menu. So if you want to apply special rules which take precedence over these categories, you can use contextual routing. So here's an example. As Jashi said, the company that Susie's reaching out to is a global company. And of course, with global companies, you want to have a system that allows them to communicate more seamlessly and more efficiently with you. So for some people, English isn't their first choice and they would prefer to talk in their native language. So what we can do is we can direct customers to agents who specialize in this by adding a rule set. So in our example, we're going to be setting the rule set name as multilingual support. Then what we can do is we can set the attribute as user country. We can set the operator as equals, and we can set the value as, what are Arabic speaking countries? So Middle East. So we can do United Arab Emirates, we can do Kuwait, we can do Qatar. Let's just stick with 2 for now.
Yes.
And then the category to assign can be sales support Arabic.
Great.
So now when you click save, what will happen is that anytime a user comes from these 2 regions, they'll automatically be routed to an agent who is in the sales support team for Arabic. Easy as that.
That's right. And now, going ahead with the advanced configurations that we have. So when you enter FAQs in your bot, there is a matching, I would say, algorithm which goes behind when the bot answers your question from the FAQ responses. So that's the threshold score which is there. You can alter the threshold score as you would like, keeping it higher, which makes it difficult for the bot to respond to the queries, and lower the opposite. So you can alter the threshold score in a way. You can also show related matches to your users. So say there is one query, but you have questions feeded in the chatbot which is related to the query entered. So you can just have them prompted, and which becomes easy for the customers to navigate and understand and get answers for their questions. You can also set up contextual responses and enable small talk. Here is an option that if you do not want the users to choose from the options that you have given, so you can block the text input for that one. And to make them more, I could say, personalized or human interactive, what you can do is you can increase the bot response delay to an imaginable time like zero point 0.5 or 1 second, which feels like there are no fast replies coming in, but it's easy for the end user to grab and understand.
Mm-hmm.
Here are entity preferences that you can add, and according to your preferences, you can alter this, and you can also enable and disable spell check, and enabling that would be recommended, and you can save these. Apart from smart responses, we have languages. So like I mentioned, what you can, if you have such support coming in, apart from live agents, even the bot can respond in the languages that the user is asking for. So you can enable multilingual support and go ahead and choose from the 50 plus languages that we provide. Coming to DocuSense, so like I mentioned previously, you can, if you want DocuSense results to come ahead of the FAQ questions that are coming in, so you can prioritize that, and you can format the way it would look and feel when the end user is coming and interacting with the bot with the multiple options that are available right here. Coming to user feedback. So apart from live agent feedback, you also want to know whether the FAQ which has been trained, or the bot has been trained to answer, whether it's correct or not. So then you can ask the feedback directly from the user whether the answer was helpful or not. You can do that by doing or prompting them with a yes or no, or directly having the thumbs up and down, and trigger them with a path where you can ask for the feedback or how we can improve. And now coming to security.
All right, that's awesome, Drishti. This is such a comprehensive platform that anyone can really set up and they can really maximize the use of it. So coming to security, we at Engati really want to prioritize agent safety. So one of the things that we've enabled is that agents supervisors can control supervisors can control the access agents have to previous conversations. And I mean, not to previous we can allow them to download previous conversations, and we can also enable or disable file sharing. To keep our agents safe, we have disabled it in our example. And what else is that Engati also allows you to block malicious users based on their IP addresses to protect your agent's privacy. I'm so sorry for bringing the mood down, but we really do want to prioritize agent safety. But on a lighter note, Drishti, if you want to go to the next settings, now agents can also customize the way they receive their messages. So their sound notifications, either they can notify via sound on a new request, they can enable extended sound notifications or put a sound for any new messages, and they can also change their wallpapers around. So we just wanted to add this customization to really boost your agent's experience.
That's great. And that's about configuring and creating a bot and deploying the bot. Now, before we go ahead with the demo, we would like to stop and pause if there are any questions around the platform that we can take in.
Ooh, lots of questions coming in. All right, so let's see. We have a question from, one second. We have a question from, okay, now it's loading, okay. We have a question from an anonymous attendee. In the file upload node, what format of files does the chatbot support?
For the file upload node, what we have is specified formats like PDFs and docs, which are universally available. So these are the supported formats. Yep.
All right. And then to follow up on this, on the DocuSense front, Kimberly is asking, what files does DocuSense support?
Yeah, the similar ones, DocuSense has a bit more stricter, so it's more around just PDFs, but it does not have to be in a particular format like Q&A. It can be just text all over, and the bot will be ready to respond.
All right, that sounds great. We have a question from an anonymous attendee who's asking, is there any way to notify agents of conversations when they're not logged into the platform? Will they receive an email notification as an example?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Is there any way to notify agents of conversations when they're not logged into the platform?
Sure, you can do that. So what we have is an extensive email node, which what you can do is before you are assigning the conversation, it can shoot an email to your agent saying that, or to the category of the agents which are there, where it can just say that, okay, this has been a conversation has been assigned to you, and you know what, go log in and pick up that conversations. But generally, the platform is smart enough to understand that if the agent is offline, it will search and find an agent who is able to pick up that conversation. So that might be once in a blue moon type problem, but definitely you can back this. Yeah.
Awesome. A question from Victor Soto. Hi, Victor. What deployment models do you currently offer?
Right. So currently what we have is the direct platform, the Engati platform that you can use. You can just log in and get started. If you want to have the platform under your branding, we also provide the white label option. So all you have to do is just like sit and get ready and get clients while everything on the platform end will be handled by Engati. We also provide on-premise solutions for businesses or for people who would want or who would want to comply with some regulatories. So there are multiple options available. All you have to do is just contact us and we'll be right there.
Awesome. 1 second. So what else do we have? We have a question from Pranav Kumar, who's asking, Drishti would like to ask you how conversational chatbots work.
Right. So conversational chatbots is, if I understand mainly, is that when you want to go ahead and let's say have a conversation, but it doesn't feel like it's just the bot interacting. So one of the components that can help facilitate that is the small talk which is available. So that can initiate the conversation, but it more inclines towards how you have trained the bot to answer or to pick up any queries that the user is having. You can also set up entities within the bot. So if you say like, you know what, I am from Delhi, and you want the bot to pick up the word Delhi and then provide preferences like, you know what, here is Chandni Chowk or whatever that would be. So you can train the bot in multiple ways and you can have that conversational flow created. I hope that answers your question.
And we have one from an anonymous attendee. How do you handle clients coming in from multiple channels?
Right. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead with the demo right now and we will show how that becomes very easy for agents using the Engati platform. So allow me to share my screen and get started.
Let's keep it going and let's keep the questions also going. So please drop them in the Q&A and we'll get back to you after this demo.
Right. So first I'll begin with the website chatbot right here. So I'll just use the standalone direct link. So say currently if I want to go ahead with electronics, for example, and I do not want to proceed with the purchase, but I want to talk to an agent to answer your query, right? So I really want to talk to an agent. So as you can see, there's also a sound notification coming in and a browser notification coming in, so that even if the agent is on a different tab, they can still see that there is a notification or an incoming chat that has coming. So here in the portal itself, they will be able to see it in the bell icon. And here in the conversation section, they will be able to see it in new conversations. Right? So, okay. Yep. Right. So here I'll just go ahead and pick up the conversation myself. Continue. Right. So here, uh, okay, I guess the general configurations is still with the year of time maybe. But here as I as a supervisor was available, so it got assigned to me even if there are no other agents added. And even if I'm online, so it came back to me even though it showed this as a prompt. So you have a foolproof system where even if you did not pick up the chat, the end user still knows that there are no agents available and that's why it did not. But as I am available as a supervisor, I'll just pick up the chat right now and I will go ahead and say hi and welcome. Right. So they can also see that this is a user. You can have a profile picture added so it looks more personalized. So you can say, hello, my name is Drishti and I have a question on my laptop delivery, say for example. Can I get a date for the same? If this is suppose the user is coming back with, right, so here you can see that the user is provided with the name. So here instead of Wonderful T800, you can update the name as Drishti. I'll just update it right here. And for now, I'll ask what is their say phone number so I understand that which drishti that is. So, can you help me with your phone number? And right here I can just quote a response coming in, and I can just say that this is my phone number, and then I can feed it back into the portal right here. So for now I'll just enter the dummy number 91234567 for an example, and I can update the same right here. So I'll just say that okay, the laptop will be delivered by tomorrow. And yeah, that could be it. And this is how one conversation can be handled. Now, suppose there's another user who is coming from, say, WhatsApp. Just give me a second. Okay. So say another user is coming from WhatsApp. I'll just wait for this and I'll mark it as resolved. And before that, I'll just update the number. Yeah, I'll go and update the number right here, and I'll just mark this conversation as resolved. Go ahead. Yep. And now from WhatsApp, I'll go ahead and converse saying hi. Hi, welcome back. Thank you so much. And in your build path, what you can do is that with the greet returning user, you can have them coming back to the welcome new user path if required. So I'll do that just right now. Okay. And then if a user is coming back, so then you can have the messages. You can alter the messages as they would like. And say I go ahead with electronics again because I have the query around that. How would you like to proceed? So I would just say I would want to talk to an agent. So the similar request that has come in, and here I will go ahead and pick up that request, assign conversation to myself. So here you will be able to see that the user has come in from a different platform, and in a similar fashion, if there are users coming in, all you will be able to see is in the new conversations a line of users that have come in from this side. So you can again use a quick reply, hi, welcome, and right, and how are you doing? So again, the same, I have a query on my laptop. So now that we are assuming that it's the same user that is coming in for my laptop, right? So now we know that this is the same user, or we might have an idea. You can go ahead and ask their names, or the better thing is that you can just check the recent conversation that if that user has had. So here, as you can see in the website conversation, because I have configured my mobile number, so here you will be able to see that there is a conversation with the same user, just a different channel. So Engati is capable enough to understand that if there are same phone numbers, so it can help the agents clue in the conversations and give them a similar reply. So what I can just say is that, hi, your laptop will be delivered by tomorrow. Um, is there anything else I can help you with? Yep. So this is how the conversations would go. Multiple details that are available here is the user's details, the additional attributes if it is sent, like the live chat category and recent conversations, definitely. And then you can go ahead and mark it as pending resolution if you know that there are some other issues or queries that will be coming in from that user, or you can just mark it as resolved and go ahead. Yeah.
Awesome.
So Yes, that's how you can have the conversations and you can handle multiple queries coming in from the end user.
Mhm.
Yeah. Any other questions around that? Till we entertain those questions, we can also go and look through the analytics for both bots and live chat.
Mhm.
Right. So currently, as there were only interactions with the live agent, so not many interactions from the end user that have come in. Similarly, for bot responses and in the retention section, you will be able to see if the users are coming back following or in the next days of your bot launch. So, as this is the bot that we have created right now, there's no data, but we can see it in post some days, I feel. Yeah.
Mhm. And let's quickly go through live chat since it's already 9:30. So I'll just go by this really quickly. So you have a couple of different views. You have a summary. The data that we provide for is resolution and SLA responses. They can also be shown as pie charts. And then you can see this as another view. You can have this is per agent. So this is what Drishti has, a great track record. You can do this for channels.
Yep.
As you can see, we have website, WhatsApp, and mobile, and we can do this as a general overview. So that's the platform. That's the integrated solution.
Yes. And also, as a user, as you can see, even though when I've come from different channels, there's only one user that we know, and they have come from multiple channels. So that's how the integrated solution is, and that's how easy it becomes for you to track all the users just in one hybrid platform.
Yes. So
Well, pretty
that is
amazing. It really is a great UI. Thank you for that demo. That's really impressive stuff. I think that you all are making it easier than anybody else. So well done in that regard. I think the ultimate winner of this today, although you both debated very well, I think the ultimate winner is the customer in this scenario. So thanks for helping us to create great customer interactions.
That's great to hear. If customer wins, we win. Yeah.
yes, exactly. If the customer wins, we win. So thank you all so much for joining us today. Remember to check out that promo because Engati's making it even easier to onboard as many live agents as you want to create a truly unified, integrated solution.
Great. So if you have any other questions, please reach out to us at contact@engati.com. If you have questions for Nate, Nate, can you drop us the details that you have so that they can reach out to you very, very easily?
Yeah, sure. It's in Brown at officiumlabs.io or at customer is first on Twitter and would love to talk to anybody on this subject.
Great. Thank you so much for coming in and joining and being the coolest referee that we had. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to all attendees who have taken out the time and attended the demo. I hope we have answered your questions. And if there are any other questions as well, please reach out to us at contact@Engati and one of our representatives will be coming to you.
Yes. And be sure to check out the promo. It's only for a limited time, only till the 28th of February. So we look forward to seeing what solutions you come up with.
Yep. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day, everyone.